Hello, you brilliant tinkerer and street sniping genius. Welcome back to the channel where vintage vibes meet viral hack. Oh look, it's 2026 and everyone's dropping 450 quid on the sexy new Ace Pro for street photography, and hot on the heels of that Ace Pro trend. All the other best action cams crowding the streets like this overhyped DJI Action 6 Pro. But today, in a plot twist, we've decided to follow the trend. On a shoestring budget that'd make a tech bro weep. Let's see if this forgotten GoPro 4 Black, gathering dust since Obama was president, can deliver the same street photography glory as those overpriced newbies. Or dare I say, outdo them with its vintage swagger. Let's do some math first to see if the concept holds. The mighty Insta360 Ace Pro with its glorious 1/1.3-inch sensor, 15.6 millimeters wide, 183 square millimeters of sensor real estate. That's like the size of a Tic Tac. But it's a fancy Tic Tac with 48 megapixels. Instagram influencers everywhere are hyperventilating. Pixel size, a respectable 1.94 micrometers. You know, for all that low-light street photography at 3 a.m. when you're definitely not just walking home from the pub. But here's where it gets spicy. Everyone's using the 2x clarity zoom because the native lens is way too wide. Sometimes it's fun to take extra wide photos, but it's not what street photographers want. So what happens? We crop down to the center quarter of that sensor. Look at that cute little red box. 7.8 by 5.9 millimeters. That's 46 square millimeters, basically the size of a baby aspirin. But hey, it's lossless digital zoom, so it sounds fancy. Still 12.2 megapixels, still those same 1.94 micrometer pixels. Physics doesn't care about marketing terms. Field of view, 32 millimeter equivalent. That's normal lens territory, baby. The street photography sweet spot. I hear long debates coming already. Now feast your eyes on this absolute unit. The GoPro Hero 4 Black from the distant year of 2014 when we thought selfie sticks were the peak of human innovation. It's got a 1/2.3-inch sensor which sounds smaller, and it is smaller, only 58 square millimeters. But here's the beautiful part. I stuck a 10 quid 5.4 millimeter lens on it. 5.4 millimeter of optical mediocrity. With that glorious 5.6 times crop factor, guess what that gives me? 33 millimeter equivalent. You know what 33 millimeter is really close to? 32 millimeter. Which is what the Ace Pro gives you at 2 times zoom. Coincidence, yes, actually, but a convenient one. Pixel size, 2.21 micrometers. Actually bigger than the Ace Pros. Because when your sensor is smaller but has fewer megapixels, each pixel gets to spread out and relax. It's like first class on a budget airline. Let's put these bad boys next to each other because size matters, apparently. On the left, Ace Pro's crop sensor looking all confident in red. 7.8 by 5.9 mm, 46 square millimeters, 12.2 megapixels, 1.94 micrometer pixels. On the right, GoPro's full sensor in green, living its best life. 8.8 by 6.6 millimeters, 58 square millimeters, 12 megapixels, 2.21 micrometer pixels. See that little equal sign? That's physics giving us a high five. Nearly identical pixel size means nearly identical low-light performance. The GoPro is actually using more of its sensor than the Ace Pro does at 2x zoom. Let that sink in. So here's the punchline. A 50 quid GoPro Hero 4 Black from 2014 with the 10 quid lens mod performs virtually the same as a 450 quid Ace Pro at 2 times zoom for street photography. Same field of view, similar pixel size, same resolution, same perspective. The Ace Pro wins on features. Flip screen, better battery, AI processing, and tons of other features. But for pure optical performance, let's go ahead with the experiment and check in real world. This has been budget camera mods with unnecessary math because remember, the best camera is the one you can explain with condescending slide presentations. The modification this time, a total breeze, or should I say, a gentle nudge into chaos that any toddler with a hammer could ace. Here you see me playing nice at first, delicately poking at the original lens with this flimsy rubber tool, pretending I cared about preserving its pristine, overrated glory. But spoiler, epic fail, as expected from a lens that's been begging for retirement since 2014. So, plot twist. I ditched the kid gloves and went full barbarian with the heavy tool, because who needs the stock setup anyway? No plans to ever revert this bad boy to factory-fresh boredom. But get this, at the end of the carnage, I realized Mother GoPro over-engineered it. That lens popped out pristine, not a single scratch, like it was mocking my brute force drama. Turns out, it was screwed in with, what, a dozen turns. A labyrinth of twists worthy of a bad escape room. Finally, camera face down like a defeated wrestler genius move, if I do say so myself, so all the imaginary debris could tumble outward instead of throwing a glitter party on the sensor. And here you go. Feast your eyes on this 5.4mm M112 lens, a petite powerhouse designed for 1/2.3-inch sensors with that oh-so-convenient S-mount, perfectly flirting with our GoPro's innards like it was destiny. Sure, I could have splurged on some high-res unicorn glass to flex my baller status, but nah, let's keep it real and prove the concept first. Now, the fun part, nailing focus with the precision of a caffeinated surgeon as I love repeating myself. Twist, tweak, curse under breath, until it's razor-sharp, mocking those blurry new cam posers. Then, slather on that UV-sensitive glue right into GoPro's thoughtful little glue pocket they gifted us like a corporate wink. 1 minute under the UV bath as bossed by the glue overlords, and voila, she's sealed tighter than a tech bro's wallet. Cap it off with the original lens protector snapping back like it never left, all innocent and factory fresh on the outside. Matching the optical specs of that 2x crop Ace Pro. Cute starter pack, but let's be real, any self-respecting street photographer needs a fancy ergonomic grip to sneer down at the smartphone snappers fumbling with their potato cams. Superiority complex. Activated. Since aftermarket companies ghosted the GoPro 4 harder than a bad Tinder day, zero love for this 2014 relic. We're rolling up our sleeves like the mad inventors we are. DIY or die trying, right? But all legendary hacks start with a solid foundation, so first things first, whip up a digital twin of our GoPro beast with measurements so precise, they'd make a Swiss watchmaker jealous. Calipers out, SolidWorks fired up, because nothing says pro mod like over-engineering the obvious. Who's ready to print glory? The design of this grip. Straight fire, and it's yours free to download from the link in the description, because I'm not here to gatekeep glory like some aftermarket Scrooge. Here you see me birthing the first clumsy version, but oh honey, countless revisions later, it's a sculpted masterpiece, tweaking the tiniest details like a perfectionist on espresso. Take the retainer hook, fiddled with it until it snaps perfectly in both finicky PLA and tough guy ABS, working like a charm no matter your filament flavor. And don't get me started on the print orientation wizardry, optimized to slash supports to nothing and max out strength, so your print job doesn't collapse like a bad diet. All I ask in return for this freebie, your brutally honest feedback for improvement. Hit me with those genius tweaks, no ideas. A like on this video and a sub to the channel will do just fine, but we both know you're too clever for cop-outs. You move, tinkerers. First, a sleek version for the bare-bones GoPro 4 Black. No extra monitor baggage, with every button fully exposed for that finger-dancing convenience, because who needs obstacles when you're mid-strut? Then, in a flash of genius or laziness, I stretch the back of the grip like taffy to birth a second copy that hugs the additional monitor perfectly. Boom, your call. Slip out incognito, blending into the crowd like a stealthy ninja sunscreen, or go full diva mode, a tad more visible but framing shots with pixel-perfect precision like the pro you pretend to be. Versatility, nailed, choices, yours. And let's not forget the devils in the details. Or should I say, the details are what separate us mere mortals from the street photography gods. Hold the applause for the real masterpiece. This vintage-look lens hood, a retro throwback so classy, none of the best. And shiniest action cams, Ace Pro, DJI 6, take notes. Even dream of touching, flare-blocking swagger from the film era, plopped on a 2014 Fossil. Pure, ironic genius. Hands down, my favorite design flex in this whole circus. Print that lens hood in TPU for a snug fit, flexible perfection with drop-dead protection. Stick to the orientation you just saw and boom, flawless prints, zero weird stair-stepping scars or support disasters ruining your vibe. Slide the camera in lens side first like a pro insertion. Gently ease back that snap clip, then confidently shove the whole beast home. It'll lock in rock solid, zero wobble, zero chance of an accidental Houdini escape mid-street strut. Removal. Laughably easy. Just reverse the romance. Or hey, commit fully, leave it parked in there permanently, because charging the battery or yanking the SD card, no biggie, seamless access. Battery cover flips open like butter, and that settings button peeks through its own VIP hole, smacking the grip's heart. Over-engineered convenience on a budget relic, your street sniper's ready to roll. Snappy click, satisfying as popping bubble wrap, but oh, that shutter lag. Straight out of the best-in-class action cam playbook, because apparently, even the elite can't escape the dramatic pause for effect. We'll just have to get used to it. Chest-level mastery. You bet, thumb activation turns it into a sneaky POV beast. Now, crown the look with that vintage lens hood snapping on like a fedora on a noir detective. Look at this style. Admire the complete outfit, GoPro 4 modded to perfection, grippy, classy, and ironically superior. Who needs new when this fossil flexes harder? All that's left now is the fun part, actually taking the newborn out for a walk and seeing if it survives the real world. Time to hit the streets and find out whether this budget-born monster behaves like a serious street photography tool or just a very stylish experiment. And for that street test, I'm hauling you to Vercelli's wild 150th Carnival because nothing says serious photography like dodging confetti bombs in a sea of glittered chaos. And finally, we plunge into the party. Let the modded GoPro 4 feast on floats, feathers, and festive frenzy. Showtime, Carnival Cowboys.
Paura?
Le cose a volte devono cambiare e forse qualche volta cambiano per il meglio. Questa è la mia famiglia, l'ho trovata per conto mio. È piccola, è disastrata, ma bella, molto bella.
And we wrap this Carnival Chaos tour with a classy finale, this shot of Vercelli's monument to Victor Emmanuel II. It captures Italy's first king perched atop a soaring column like a boss, inaugurated in 1887 and sculpted by Ercole Rosa, with Ercole Villa handling the heavy lifting. The bronze statue shows him in full military swagger, eternally eyeing the city, while the base flaunts Risorgimento symbols, unity, glory, the whole patriotic shebang. A mod video ain't worth its SD card without the cold, hard, clinical picture quality showdown, because words are cheap, pixels don't lie. So here you go, a couple of side-by-side shots I snapped with the Ace Pro 1. Yeah, couldn't spring for the version 2. Peasant problems. Do you see those cheeky water drops glistening on the blue plastic like tiny rebellious jewels? Poof! They vanish into thin air on the Ace Pro's picture because this overachieving action cam spits out those hyper-processed JPEGs, cranked to 11 on contrast and saturation like it's auditioning for a music video. Meanwhile, our humble GoPro 4. It clings to every fine detail like a conspiracy theorist with facts, delivering brighter, truer-to-life shots that don't need Instagram's help to pop. Spot that again. The Ace Pro shot looks like a bad oil painting saturation dialed so high, it's practically dripping off the canvas like a tipsy artist went wild. Meanwhile, our GoPro 4 mod keeps it real, clinging to every fine detail on those woody panes, the bar clutter inside, the background buildings, even that ice cream sign screaming for attention. And check the lady's colorful hat popping with natural texture, no artificial glow-up needed. The results get pretty close on this metal structure and net like neck and neck in a budget versus bling cage match. But credit where it's due, the Ace Pro flexes harder on those bright clouds, turning potential washout into fluffy drama. Thanks to its darker compensation sorcery, you get legit blue sky with defined clouds, while our GoPro 4 mod stares into a white void dotted with purple fringing. Even underdogs have their off days, but continues to rock on fine details in the background. This one's a dud for straight-up comparison. The left pick came out blurry due to my shaky hands, but hey, silver lining, feast your eyes on how the barrel distortion's been optically nuked from the GoPro thanks to that slick new lens. I will let you judge yourself the last picture. What do you think? GoPro 4 knockout or Ace Pro still king? Spill in the comments, your takes fuel the madness. Had fun watching this underdog saga. Smash that like, sub for more unnecessary mods. It keeps the channel growing so we can raid more addicts together.